Hey YouTube, in today's video we're going to retrace our steps from 27 years ago at the Goex Powder Mill. Getting our bikes all ready from a long slumber over the winter. Now let's go up to the powder mill. Alright, since 1998 they extended the runway. So we would have came in right by the end of the runway. And right where the tip of the runway is, that's where the fire truck was at. As we move to the right, it's just an empty field. The large storage for this facility would have been right on the right. There would have been a trailer just up to the left. And right where that big area is below the tree, that's where that big warehouse was that we went through with the powder cars in front. And from there, you can see where the pine trees are. That's where we're going to go next. That's where the next building was at. But as you can see, there's really nothing left here. The warehouse and the bigger buildings, Gary, we came right up through here. I'll let you take it from the narration from there.
This was the building with the big wooden trestle coming into the top. Definitely grown in a lot since then, and the building and bridge are gone. Amazing what 27 years will do. There's some building ruins.
Yeah, this is without a doubt the big building. My favorite one with the glass. No, it's actually plastic windows in it. So that's just what the building right below the circle. I have to go up and through here.
It used to be nice wooden steps. Comes a small jet landing. Exploring for you.
Yeah, that's the remains of the building with all the glass windows. And Gary's going to tell us what's going on up here. What do you got, Gary?
Right behind me is the remains of the old bridge that was going on top of the building to dump the powder.
Oh, yeah, I can see all the foundation from it. Definitely changed a little bit.
27 years makes a big difference.
Oh yeah. Right, we would have been directly under the trestle right now. The only thing missing, Gary, is your broken arm. But the day's still young.
I got the bike, so we can take care of that today.
I don't know, man. We might be able to bring the bikes up through there. Yeah. And that would have been the end of the trestle right there.
This is the Orero bed that came off of that trestle. Going to the next building.
Bob, look over the bank. There was that fire hydrant with the reservoir by it, but it appears to be missing. And the building up there is gone. Couple sills from the railroad.
That's all that's left.
I mean, the scrappers came in, was that about 10 years ago? They took everything. I'm guessing with the dirt on the side, this is probably that building that was right here. Remember
Yeah, this is it.
we flipped the switch right here. That's definitely where the building was.
And right up here should be where the turntable was.
Yeah. Have to come up here to start cleaning this up a little bit. Boy, that ever growing. And they'll go get the bikes with the other building. The foundation, the ruins are still there. Alright, we're heading to the spot where the building was almost like a roller coaster at an inclined plane. You had the barrels for dumping the powder in and a lower set of rails. We're gonna go take a walk over there now. I can't believe this part of the inclined plane is still here, going into the building.
Not in good shape anymore though.
This was one of my favorite buildings. It was an inclined plane. Used to pull the cars up with a little hoist with a rope attached onto it. Looks a bit on the sketchy side. He's going for it anyway. "27 years of rot."
Still stronger than stuff they built today.
I mean, it's even amazing that this part of the trestle is still up. I mean, it's wood and it's probably gonna burn it like everything else. Say about the old rail line that used to be under here too.
Yeah, there was a rail line going up and dumping in the top of the building, and then cars full of powder came out of the bottom. That part fell down. It used to come into the top of the building and dump into a wooden barrel.
I don't know if you remember, Gary, there was double opening plastic doors right there.
Yep.
You can see it now. Like Gary said, there was a center rail coming in on top. If you look at my first video, right inside the center of the building where Gary's standing, there was two big barrels where they dumped the powder. Not sure what the process was after that. Then they'd load them into cars and they'd go up this way. The rails were still intact when they first loaded.
There used to be steps to a landing in this corner coming from the top.
You can see how it was designed too, like it was like a bunker with no roof, designed to blow up instead of outwards.
And the super thick concrete.
That is thick. You think over 2 foot in or what?
Yeah, it's thick.
Wow, you cleaned it out, dude. This was all garbage in there. Dude, you gotta get that graffiti. The graffiti's pretty cool. The graffiti looked like an inner city subway system. Wow. Somebody blasted that with a shotgun, man. You see that?
Oh yeah.
That's a 12 gauge blast. Oh, I didn't clean this all up.
The entire building structure was buried with sand to stop the concussion from going out. Here's the old steam line. This is from the top looking down. Here's a really old power pole.
Like, can you imagine that being full of black powder on there? I used to see black powder on Atticus. It probably gets like that, like you said, get concussion. So my house is 1.5 miles from there. The floor cellar door open, it was that.
Can you imagine what you felt right here?
Yeah, the light bulbs out, brown's patch, they cracked foundations, broken windows.
Another pole.
Yeah.
To continue the walk, you came back down off the anthill. We came in from right there. But the bottom railroad split to the left. And went this way out to another building.
I think this might have been double track.
Yeah, this was. Not much left to this building.
Used to be a cutout to the left, but we didn't go there that way. And back where the motorcycles are, we're gonna jump on.
Turntable.
Oh, Gary, what'd you find?
Foundation for the turntable.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the next stop is going to be at the inclined plane. You can see what Gary found over here. But it is where the yeah, it is where the turntable was. It's circular. Yeah, that's definitely it. All right, back on the motorcycles. We're gonna take a little ride, and we're gonna go up to where the inclined plane was. All right, where are we at now, Gary?
It was the inclined plane where it took the cars up to the upper end of the powder mill.
There's like not even a trace anything left. I mean, there's some railroad ties left, but
Yeah, all the wood is gone.
here's the building. The inclined plane would have been right in here. This is it probably here, definitely.
Thing that Bob.
Still on the plane, or on top. That was the building with the on-off switch?
Yeah.
Whoa, tell me that doesn't sound hot. Did you hear that? All right, here's the remains of the building that was on top of the inclined plane. All that's left is a foundation. Yeah, a little office building, that'd be my guess. Yeah, we got some bonus footage. When we came through over 20 years ago, we never got this building. As long as they've been coming back here, I can never remember this being occupied or having a roof, so we think this has been abandoned pre-98. No, it had a high trestle for some reason.
Yeah, look at this right here too. It must have came in and dumped. This railroad bed's built on a big concrete.
Yeah, it really is. Can't really say what this building was, but it was really reinforced. Look how thick the concrete was. Wow. And here's the insulators with the power line on top. If you look to the right, that's where the building was on top of the inclined plane, so that's where we're at. Okay, right after the inclined plane and the building that was on top of the plane, we continued on the rails. That's all that's left of the rail line. You can see a couple sills with spikes in them, but there is a building that's left.
Not much. Looks like asbestos roof.
And when you turn around, I'm going to show you, there is a copper nail I want to show you guys. Up to about 5-6 years ago, this building was all intact. It's an all copper nail. Okay, we're now in the spot right where Gary was showing us the Goex powder can, the black powder can. Originally we came in that way the camera's aiming, that's where the rail line was at. And we did go into this bunker, because I remember going into the bunker. Got a chicken wire roof. And looking out the door. Alright, continuing on the tour. Pick up the rail line. This is where you went through the building that was built right over the railroad tracks. Had the double set of doors on it, one in the front, one in the back. That building was right here. We're now on the back side of the building. That's the railroad line that took us right into the bins where the Erie Railroad is dropping off supplies, and the big charcoal plant that was behind it. We're still going there yet. And when you're watching the movie, as soon as we came out of the building with the double doors and on the left there was a building, that's the remains of it right there. Alright, we're now at the spot where we had the 4 bins where Erie Railroad is dropping off the supplies. And right now you can see there's not much left. Where all that debris was, that was all the individual bins. This was a covered area with a roof. It had rails, and there was a little weigh station at the end. At the end of the building, we looked to our left and there was a bigger building right here, but the only reason we didn't go into it that day, we had like 4 minutes of battery left on the camcorder, and we wanted to shoot the boiler house. But today it's going to be different. We're going into the building. Hey, walk, Gary, it was right through here. Remember the scale was right here? This was all the bins.
Right here, wasn't it? Was this it? This building was completely intact in 1998. scrappers completely gutted the inside.
Since I've been back here. And that piece of artwork on the wall, that was all over on 81 with Jesus holding a giraffe. Like, I don't know what the significance of that is. This is the only place that still smells like gunpowder. Strong.
I remember the thing that used to come out of the wall.
Yeah, it had like a steel roof, and there was like big tanks, like round tanks.
There was big tanks, and then this thing right here had some kind of conveyor system with like spoons in it that would take the powder up and dump it into there. And then if you went in this building to the left here, there was steps that used to take you all the way up to the second floor. Which would have put you up there and into that other room. Had a really cool bridge that came across and into it.
Alright, here's more bonus footage. This building's been gone since at least 99. One of the first ones to burn. Now on the back side of that bigger building, bigger concrete building. That's Gary's bullet holes right there.
98.
Used to shoot our initials into the side. Alright, towards the end, We went down a power line over an embankment. This is where it's at. But instead of walking it, we're taking a motorcycle down this time. And if you look at the video, that retaining wall right there was right above the boiler house. Right in there is where the boiler house was, but there's absolutely nothing left down there. That's the tip on where they dumped the coal. Had a lone water tower. Tank itself sat right there. It had metal bands around it. The only thing left now is the building next to it. See you in the next video.